At the start of summer, when the sun rose over the small town at the edge of the valley, painting the sky with shimmering shades of gold, four old friends gathered in a wooden cafe overlooking the town square. They were in their early 20s, bound by childhood memories of narrow streets and unfulfilled dreams, but filled with the energy of youth and a desire to live unforgettable moments. The first was Adam, tall with thick black hair and sparkling eyes, always carrying a notebook in which he wrote down everything he experienced, as if preparing himself to be a writer someday. The second was Yusuf, who loved photography and never parted with his small camera. He saw the world through its lens, searching for moments to freeze in time. The third, Salim, was the strongest among them. His athletic build inspired confidence, yet his heart was soft and easily moved by small details. Finally, there was Marwan, calm by nature, more of a thinker, often silent, but whenever he spoke, his words left a deep impression. That summer evening, their talk turned to the dense forest only a few miles from town. They had always heard mysterious stories about it, strange sounds at night, ancient trees hundreds of years old, and a stream of water that disappeared suddenly underground only to reappear elsewhere. None of them had ever ventured deep inside, they had only skirted its edges on family or school trips. But this time, they decided to go further, to enter its heart, to uncover its secrets, and to live an experience unlike any other. They agreed to set off the following morning. That night was spent preparing backpacks filled with water and dry food, small flashlights, ropes, simple tools, and of course Yusuf's camera and Adam's notebook. Excitement filled their hearts, as if they were preparing for a legendary journey that would change something within them. At dawn, the four set out on foot from the town. The dirt paths were still damp with the night's dew, the air heavy with the scent of wild herbs. A gentle breeze carried the sounds of birds greeting the morning. As they neared the forest, giant trees loomed ahead, their branches stretching toward the sky like guards standing at the gateway to another world. They paused at the entrance, each feeling a mix of awe and curiosity. Adam tilted his head back, gazing at the towering trees. It feels like we're about to cross into another world. Yusuf smiled as he adjusted his camera. This is the most beautiful frame my eyes could ever capture. Salim tightened the strap of his backpack, his voice brimming with energy. No turning back now, let's go. They stepped into the forest. With each step, the light around them shifted. Sunlight, once bright outside, now filtered faintly through thick branches, falling in golden patches across the forest floor. The air grew damp, carrying the earthy fragrance of soil and fallen leaves. Birds called out in diverse tones, and occasionally the rustle of unseen movement stirred the leaves. The path was wild, tangled roots and scattered rocks underfoot. Wonder grew within them at every turn. Yusuf snapped photographs relentlessly, while Adam scribbled descriptions. Trees entwined as if in an embrace, beams of light slicing through the canopy, the ground carpeted in leaves like a natural rug. After some time, they stumbled upon a small brook trickling gently over stones, its sound filling the air with serenity. They sat beside it to rest. Marwan stared into the flowing water and murmured, "Do you feel how everything here seems deeper, more alive? As if the forest is trying to tell us something." Salim chuckled. "Maybe it's telling us not to get lost." They all laughed, though deep down, they felt Marwan's words held a hidden truth. Their journey continued. With each step deeper, the forest revealed stranger wonders, massive trees with roots rising like pillars, wildflowers of colors they had never seen before, and in a shaded clearing, a hollow tree so vast it resembled a small cave. As the sun began to set, darkness crept swiftly between the trees. They lit their flashlights and chose a safe spot near the brook to set up a small tent. Around a fire kindled by Salim with dry wood, they shared late-night talks. They spoke of dreams, of the future, of fears of the unknown, and of their childhood that suddenly seemed so distant. But what caught their attention most was a strange sound echoing from deeper within the forest, a low murmur, like hidden water, or perhaps a faint moan. They exchanged uneasy glances, a shiver running down their spines. No one dared suggest investigating. Instead, they agreed to stay alert and keep watch. The night passed slowly. By dawn, peace returned. They resumed exploring, discovering more breathtaking sights. A small waterfall concealed behind a curtain of branches, a wide green clearing like an abandoned garden, and moss-covered stone ruins, as if remnants of an ancient place. In that moment, they felt they were not just explorers but witnesses to secrets preserved for centuries. Adam wrote passionately in his notebook, "The forest is not just a place, It is a cosmic memory holding what humanity has forgotten. Their journey lasted several days. They endured hunger, fatigue, and moments of losing their way. But they also lived magical moments. A rainbow after sudden rain, a deer darting before them, mysterious nocturnal sounds that stirred their imagination. Each of these experiences wove together into something unforgettable. At last, when they decided to return, they felt transformed. They were not the same as when they entered. Yusuf returned with photographs that told stories beyond what the eyes could see. Adam carried pages alive with words. Salim discovered a new sense of inner strength. Marwan gained deeper reflections on existence and the meaning of the journey itself. They emerged from the forest at sunset. Looking back, they saw the trees standing tall, silent, as if bidding them farewell. They knew what they had lived would never repeat, and that the forest would remain, keeping its secrets, awaiting others to venture into its depths. Thus ended the journey of 4 young men into the forest. It was not just an adventure, but an experience that reshaped them from within. The forest did not reveal all its mysteries, but it taught them that every place has a spirit, every path a lesson, and every journey a meaning beyond what can be seen. They returned to their town with full hearts, endless stories, and the realization that youth is not just an age, but a courageous moment in facing the unknown. They understood at last that life itself is like the forest, vast, mysterious, filled with both fear and beauty. And those who dare to walk through it with honesty will discover themselves before discovering the path.